Welcome. This is an introductory video to the FREEMOON faucet. I'm individual pirate and consider myself more a crypto writer than a crypto speaker. And since this is my first video ever, or first crypto video ever at least, I want to apologize in case this video turns out awful. But let's take a look. What is the FREEMOON faucet exactly? I guess you can say it's basically a way for you to claim free crypto on the Fusion blockchain. It's been built by the developer Paddy Curie according to my instructions, and its continued development is run by the FSN Fuse DAO. I'll get back to what that is later. Let's look at some of the basics first. So on the landing screen here, you can see different statistics about faucets. So you can see your balance of free and F&M and the current active supply. You can see the amount of subscribed addresses, the gas fund, a little bit of this and that. But if you're completely new to the Fusion blockchain, the first thing that you want to look at is the gas faucet. So let's look at that. So here is the gas faucet. And the gas faucet, it's where we give away free FSN. Just a tiny small amount of free FSN for new users who never used the Fusion blockchain before. And this gas faucet is actually very, very simple to use. All you have to do is paste your unused address. Let me find, this is actually an unused address here. So let's paste this address here. This is an unused address. And here we can click. And it has to wait for the block to confirm. And then success. So this address has now received some FSN. Let's look here. 0.0002 FSN. And this is enough FSN for 3 to 4 transactions or so. So it's enough to get someone started on the Fusion blockchain. And we've limited the use of this thing so that the same IP address can't just claim over and over again. So you can only use this once a day for the same IP address, and you can never use it for the same wallet twice. So it has to be a completely new wallet that never ever used the Fusion blockchain before. So this is the way that new users can use the FREEMOON faucet. But let's look at how you can use the FREEMOON faucet as a more advanced user. Then we click on this FREEMOON faucet tab. And before you get into any of that, you have to figure out first how to connect to Fusion with your MetaMask wallet. So in order to do that, let's look at MetaMask here. And you have to, if you didn't connect to Fusion before, you should set up a custom RPC. You can actually also just click this button to do it. But let's look at how the settings, what they should look like. So, custom RPC. And networks. And we can click this FREEMOON Fusion. You can use any RPC gateway, but this is FREEMOON's own RPC gateway to the Fusion network. So you enter all this information, network name, Fusion or FREEMOON Fusion, RPC gateway right here, https mainway.freemoon.xyz/gate. Then you have the chain ID for the Fusion network, which is 32659. And the currency symbol, of course, is FSN. And then the block explorer, you don't have to fill in, but the main block explorer for Fusion at the moment is FSNX, which is a great explorer. And we very much hope that its developer, Al Orr, continues to build it. Anyway, once you fill in all this information, you just click save. I already have this saved, so I don't have to click that. But if you enter this yourself, click save there. And then in order to connect, you just click this plug button right here. Boom. Then you're connected. And this button is quite interesting. You can use it to add all the important FREEMOON related tokens to your wallet. So you click this, you can add free, you can add FMN, and you can add Shang, which there's a lot of cooperation going on between Change Finance and the FREEMOON faucet. So we also consider Shang very much a FREEMOON token. And then we also have any, because we consider any very much a Fusion token, although AnySwap is now all over the place doing a lot of things for Ethereum and all the new layer 2 blockchains. It has its origin on Fusion, and we still consider it to be very much a Fusion-based token, and we want to do a lot to help AnySwap and Any. So it's still here. And then we have FSNFuse, which is the governance token of the FREEMOON faucet, and we'll talk more about that later. So then after you add all those, you can click assets here, and you see you have all of these assets added in your wallet. So now we have to subscribe to the FREEMOON faucet. Uh, but in this wallet, I actually don't have so much FSN. Not enough to subscribe. Subscription costs 1 FSN. So I'm going to switch to one of my other wallets and send over some FSN. So let's go for this one. So we're sending over. Well, let's send over a bit more. Point one. So let's wait for this transaction to go through. Um, there. Now I can switch back to this new wallet. So now we have 1 FSN here. So now we have enough FSN to subscribe. This costs 1 FSN. Always remember you don't want to overpay your gas, even though it's very little. So as long as you can, keep the price down, switch it to one way. So yeah, the next thing to do here is to claim free. So now we're subscribed to the faucet, and this 1 FSN. Let's talk a little bit about this 1 FSN, because this 1 FSN that you pay for subscription, they go to funding this gas faucet, for example, and they also go to funding building more tools and making the FREEMOON faucet and Fusion blockchain greater. So the more subscribed addresses we get, the more funds will be available to make everything greater. So that's important. That's a very low cost for everything you get here, but it's important that there is a cost so that we can continue to develop and keep things going and make everything greater and build all the missing stuff that we need to really make Fusion great. Anyway, once you have subscribed, you can start claiming free. And you can claim as much free as you want. It's a lifetime subscription, I usually say, but it's even more than a lifetime. I mean, you can pass it on to your descendants and they can continue to claim free. So there's no limits. The only limit, well, there is a limit, and that is that you can only claim once an hour. So you can only claim 24 free a day per address if you're actually able to claim every hour, which is kind of hard to do manually. But now and then you can click here and claim one free when you feel like it. And if you have a lot of addresses, you can claim more free per hour. Then you say you subscribe 100 addresses, then you can keep on claiming all the time, basically. There. So now we have one free. One free isn't a lot. It's worth a little bit more than one sat at the moment, but it's not a lot. So to manually claim free all the time might be not worth your time, but it's fun to try. But there are ways to claim free quicker, and I should also say that what you're doing here when you're claiming free is that you're actually claiming free is not the only thing you're doing here. You're also entering the lottery to win one FMN. And one FMN is actually quite a lot of money. One FMN is worth at least 3,000 USD. So every time you claim free, as long as you have some free, you also have a chance to win one FMN. But to have a big chance to win FMN, you should have a lot of free in your address first. So to have the biggest chance possible to win FMN, you actually need 100,000 free in your address when you claim free. So if you want to win one FMN, you should actually make sure you have 100,000 free in your address first. But you don't have to pay for those 100,000 free. You can collect them by claiming free over and over again until you have those 100,000. So you have a big chance to win FMN. But there are quicker ways to get free than claiming them over and over. One of the ways, which is quicker, is to claim airdrops here. And airdrops you get based on your token holdings, or your fusion related token holdings rather. Currently, these are the ones that are available. So for each 50,000 Shang that you have, you will get one free per day airdropped. So if you have 500,000 Shang, you would have 10 free airdropped for you to claim every day. So in this case, you only need to click this once instead of doing 10 claims. So it wastes a little bit less of your time. And the same for any. If you have, for example, 50,000 any, that's quite a lot of money. So it's probably not so many who have that much. But if you have that, you would get 5 free here. But the more effective one to have is this FSN fuse. If you have 100 FSN fuse, which isn't that much money, is about $50 or something like that. Then you get one free for each of these. So maybe say you have $500 worth of this, so 1,000 FSN fuse, then you get 10 free every day. So that's more substantial than, say, you have 500,000 Sheng and 1,000 FSM fuse. Then you would get 20 free every day that you can claim. And we will expand this list a lot more. Currently, we have some votes going on for a lot more token contracts that you can have to claim free. And we might eventually make these ones a bit more generous also. Right now, they're not too generous. So this will expand through the voting system. We will expand this list, probably make it more generous. But the most generous one will be for FMN itself. So with the current vote, if you have one FMN, that one FMN will give you actually 300 free every day. So for just one FMN in holding, you could be getting 300 free every day after the votes are done. We'll also be adding a lot more liquidity tokens here, and particularly the FSN based one. We want to be quite generous to all the FSN pairs: FSN BTC, FSN ETH, FSN BNB, FSN Matic, everything that's some other mainnet token that exists in the Change Finance wallet. We want to link to FSN so that you can get all of these different types of gas through FSN. Well, basically, there'll be a lot more options here in a week or two. And you can get a lot of free airdropped every day without having to claim over and over. But if you're more into this option of claiming over and over, you should look at this option, the bot army. That's also still in development. But this is probably the most interesting aspect of all of the FREEMOON faucet. The bot army, it would be a way for you to use this claim-free option automatically. The bots will do it for you. And you will be able to subscribe, say, 100 addresses in one click or 1,000 addresses in one click. And then they will start claiming free constantly for you, as often as they can, once an hour. And this will really get transactions going on the Fusion blockchain if people use this option. And you really have to do it if you're going to have any chance of winning FMN, because it's not easy to win FMN. You really have to click this button all the time, and it's too much for a person to do this all the time. So to do it effectively, you need the bot army to do it for you. And it becomes more of an investment strategy to try and do this in the best way possible in order to win FMN. And it will be a race because FMN will get harder and harder to win every time. Eventually, it will be so hard that it becomes impossible. So, it should be interesting. We'll do another video about that once the bot army is going. But right now, there is another thing that I want to talk about, and that is the voting system. The voting system is linked to FSN Fuse. And FSN Fuse, you have to buy it on AnySwap. You can use your MetaMask wallet or your Ledger to hook into AnySwap. There you buy Fuse and you provide liquidity against FSN. And you need at least this much to have a say. But the voting system is also unique in that you get reward for voting. Not many of these decentralized voting systems actually reward you for voting. So that also makes the engagement kind of low. And we hope to bring the engagement up to actually reward voters. And what they get is our star asset, FMN, of course, but only a tiny piece. So you get 1,000, 1/1,000 of one FMN, which is currently a bit more than $3, but it's still worth voting for. Just getting $3 for free, and then that $3 will keep going and getting free money also. So overall, there's a lot of different ways that you can earn free money in the FREEMOON faucet. It's not called the FREEMOON faucet for nothing. That was about it, what I wanted to say at the moment. I hope this wasn't too awful for a first video. Thanks for watching.